Hi everyone. Okay, so I went back and I finished the mascara on this eye and I've done the face look. In those days also the women were very matte looking. Now as an older woman in our day, because remember they were all in their early 20s and very early 30s when they were doing things like this, so it was still appropriate for them. I did put some of my Guerlain highlighter. You can use any highlighter you have on your cheekbones, a little bit down your nose, and I did put just a touch of a shimmer underneath the brow, just a touch of it over the brulee, okay? So I have a mirror off to the side here, and I am going to look in here. Now for this hairstyle, there's a couple of things I do. I use just a paddle brush. I did set it with a definite part on the side because I wanted all my hair to go to the side. All of the rollers were rolled back here, and then all of the others were rolled down, just rolled under, okay? So now what I do is I work with only a paddle brush, and I don't want any flyaways in this hairstyle because the hairstyle was a very smooth, very classy, very elegant look. So I'm just going to take some of my hairspray. It doesn't matter what hairspray you use, and spray it on the brush, okay? Now I always do this just to make sure to get the wetness off the top. Then I'm going to, instead of brushing straight back, I'm going to start by brushing my hair out and keeping my part. See, you get those flyaways, you don't want that. So I just spray the brush. Okay. This one here, then you're just going to work with it. They always wore this side back. So we're going to, and what I do sometimes is I will just take hairspray on my fingertips because I don't want to look like a helmet head while I'm wearing this. This is to be very smooth and close on this side, okay? And then you want to just take your brush and keep that curl, but you want it to be very smooth. I want to do this down so you can see it, okay? Now take your hands, work with your hands on this one to keep it smooth and doing what you want it to. I have to work out of this mirror or I'll be flipping it up and I want it flipped under. Everything's backwards to me there. Okay, so I'm just going to do this, make sure that it's, and then I'm going to spray it and then go the same thing and keep it all smooth and curled under, okay? Make sure it stays. Now, you can take a little pin here to pin it so that it stays close. I usually will just then go in like this if it doesn't even do that. Now for this side, I use my fingers a lot, and you just kind of move it where you want it. They used to really keep it, you know, down and smooth and everything. Okay, so here, let me get my little hairspray out. First of all, let's spray here because we don't want anything. We want it to be a definite look up there. I'm going to spray my brush again so I don't create too much static. I'm going to back up a little bit so you can actually see my hair. See, all these ends, you want to keep them smooth and underneath. Same with this side. Okay. Smooth and underneath. When you get them where you want them, that's when you have to really spray them because they also had a lot of spray going on. Tons of spray in those days. They lacquer their heads. Now, I like to take one side behind. You can put a little bit of tease to control. Back comb, a little bit. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. I have to look in the mirror, folks. And then you just do what you want with it. This is the most important part, though. Okay, so I'm just going to take it and really, and then you want to spray. Some of them wore the flip back, like so. Others just wore it more so it was all angled forward. It's really tough when you have the heat on and you get a lot of static in your hair, but it was more like this. We'll bring this forward so it looks more like the authentic. They brought it and just had all this curling iron under. you know, you can't, your hair's going to do what it's going to do, but it was like this. And they did really smooth through here, so I'm going to just go like this and keep it really smooth. And that was more like what they did. They didn't put a lot of, there was no tease or anything. It was just simply a very chic, long, smooth look with a lot of curl on the bottom, as was this side. You can, you know, I work with my fingers with my hair a lot because sometimes the brush creates a lot of static in my hair. So once I've combed it out, I'll just place the hair where I want it, and I will simply, they did a lot of finger waving. Basically, they, you know, their hairstyles were, they would finger wave parts of it on the side, and then they would have this soft curl that, see, this is what a finger wave looks like if you're trying to make it. They would sometimes do that, like through here, they would have a big finger wave and then come down, but I'm modernizing it, as I do with everything. So that would be a look that you can do for a much smoother look. Now, of course, if I had on a very elegant dress and went from there, you could take like a little, for those of you who like the bling bling, you could take a beautiful rhinestone clip and put it right here and pull this back, and it would look really gorgeous. And that's it. There's nothing. They all look harder than they really are. Of course, my hair is cut on a severe angle this way, for the way I wear it normally. If your hair is blunt, you can still work with this. If you have no layers, you're going to have to really, you know, try to create some sort of wave along the way. But basically, this is how they wore their hair and their makeup. And this is an updated, appropriate look for we vintage women. I stole that from one of my my subbies, and I love her for it. Okay, so if you have any questions about this look, if I could do finger waves on myself, I would do them for you, but I can't do finger waves. And pin curls, when I do pin curls, because a lot of their looks, they would pin curl the front of their hair and then it would come out all wavy like that. But when I pin curl my hair, I get, well, I get me something that looks more like the 70s instead of the 40s. So this is my version of a very elegant, smooth, classic look from the, you know, 40s, and how I loved that era. Women just looked like women, didn't they? Okay, any questions, folks, let me know. And lipstick is the Giorgio Armani 405, the one with the gold undertones. And I explained all the colors that I have on my eye. The hair, all I did was blow dry it. I used my Sebastian cream product to get the soft curls down on the bottom. And spray your brush to eliminate any static or flyaways, because they had very smooth hair. They did not have hair that, you know, was all over the place out here. They were very coiffed. So any questions, let me know, and I'll be back because I have a couple more videos that I'm going to put out. We are leaving Saturday for Florida, and you know, my hair never does anything good down there, and the makeup always looks terrible, and I always look like I'm just about 20 years older than I am down in Florida. So I think that I'm going to try to get a bunch of videos made before we go. That's not to say that I won't pop one out while I'm down there, because I love to share the Florida with you too. And we'll go from there. Drippy Nose is entering, so I'm going to end this now because I don't have any tissue over here with me. Don't forget to subscribe. It's an anti-ager. And leave a comment, because you know I have always those secret contests running that you are fully unaware of. Have a great one. Love you. Bye-bye. I'm looking for the little stop button. Here we go.